What's going on, fellas? So guys, today we're going to discuss why your frequency, your vibration, your energy speaks louder than your words. And I'm going to give you 5 reasons, 5 solid ass reasons why you may not be attracting the things you want out of life. And in these 5 reasons, you're going to find 5 solutions as to how to get the things you want out of life. Now, for all the guys who are not up to date what the word frequency actually means, frequency means energy. And if I can put this in layman terms, I would say your frequency is how you make people and those around you, how you make them feel. All right, fellas, you ever been around somebody and you don't know them really? Maybe you're on a train, you're on a bus, you're at the gas station, you're at the grocery store, or you're sitting in class at uni, for all you university guys, and you just don't feel right. It's just something about that person doesn't make you feel right. And sometimes it gets to the point where you don't like that person and you can't even explain why. More times than not, that's either the energy or the frequency of that person, the energy or the frequency of you, or the combination of the two. Alright, fellas, but more times than not, it has a lot to do with your energy, especially when it comes to how people feel around you. So I need you guys to take notes and pay attention because this is very important. Alright, fellas, let's get right into it. Now, today, guys, I'm going to get into some nuances, some things that are not talked about enough. Alright, fellas, one of the reasons why, especially when it comes to women and dating and your personal relationships, friendships, especially business situations as well, and I'm going to break this down. The reason why you're not attracting what you want and the people you want is because some of you guys are on your phone too much. Alright, fellas, now I know, fellas, this cellular device right here is very important. Alright, fellas, it can send emails, you can build a business with just social media alone. Alright, and I can attest to this. So I'm not the one to tell you that you shouldn't be on social media. Now, if you're using it too much, obviously that's a problem. But when I say being on your phone too much, I don't really mean scrolling on social media and watching porn and stuff like that. We might get into that later. But when I say being on your phone too much is a lot of you guys are not present in your conversations or your interactions. Why? Because your phone is like a third wheel on your dates. Your phone is like a third wheel in your conversations that you have with random people that you see at the grocery store. Alright, fellas, I'm going to tell you one thing that is very disrespectful. Not only disrespectful, but it's subtly offensive to the person that you're talking to, especially if you don't know them. When you're in the middle of a conversation, especially when they're talking and you're supposed to be listening, is when you pick up your phone and you check your social media, or you reply to a text, or you read an email. Gee, that is the most low vibrational shit that nobody talks about. And this is a thing. If you're talking to most people, they won't stop you and ask, can you put your phone down so you guys can have a real fucking conversation? They won't do that. Alright, they may passively ignore it. They might get irritated, but 9 times out of 10 they won't say anything. It is your job to recognize these mishaps in your interactions. And like I said, a lot of this has to do with what you're doing. Alright, guys, so some of you guys need to practice putting your phone down even when you're by yourself, so you can get in the habit of being present. You cannot get what you want out of interactions if your phone is always getting in between you. And something that you guys don't pay attention to, and why this is so important, because when you're talking to someone and you're expressing whatever you got to say, or you're answering their question, or you're telling them about yourself, or you're asking them for something, usually you're not on your phone. Usually you're fully aware and paying full attention. But usually when it's their time to talk and their turn to talk, usually you hop on your phone. Why? Because you lack presence. Alright, and you might be listening. You might be fully aware of what they're saying, but they don't feel that. Alright, the frequency in the room is not speaking the same language. So like I said, you may be listening, but your energy is not present. Alright, fellas, so rule of thumb, G, get off your phone. Let me tell you why these phones are so bad, G. I'm gonna tell you a story. I was hanging out with a friend the other day, right? and my phone was on the table face down, because when I'm hanging out with people, I try my best not to be on my phone. Sometimes I make this mistake maybe about 5% of the time, but 95% of the time I'm fully present. But G, my phone was on the table face down. I felt my hip vibrate. Y'all know that phantom vibrate shit? I know y'all get this shit. And then right at that moment, G, I knew that this phone was a problem. Now this phone ain't bad, all right, fellas, and it's not a problem. I won't say that. This phone brings abundance and prosperity. You got to get used to human interaction, and we got to get back to real human interaction, real energy, real magnetic connection between humans. As soon as that phone gets in the way, it's like a glitch. All right, and you may still have a great interaction, you may still have a great conversation. Shit, you may use the phone as a prop to enhance the depth of the conversation, but 9 times out of 10 you guys are not using it as a prop. You're not showing them something on your phone. Usually your phone is turned towards you and you're in. Gee, you know how rude that is? Like, if I'm talking to you, I don't expect you to go split your attention and go have a conversation with somebody that's not even there, let alone your whole social media following group. All right, fellas, you guys just got to pay attention. All right, fellas, I know it's addicting, I know it's fun, it's a lot of colors, the apps look like candy, but presence equals power. You cannot command attentions in rooms when you're always on your phone, even when you walk in the room, never mind just the conversations. That's why a lot of you guys' aura is weak when you go in the rooms. Let's say parties, get-togethers, social gatherings. Gee, you on your phone the whole time. It's people, it's smiles, it's women, it's energy, it's high vibration. And you looking down in your phone, watching somebody else's life on social media, while you could be living yours, or while you should be living yours. All right, fellas? So pay attention. As within, so without. All right, next thing. And this is a mistake that a lot of men do with women. One thing that really weakens your aura and your magnetic energy is talking too much. All right, fellas, and like I said, you guys do this a lot with women, and everybody has either done this or still does this, or you gonna do this one day. All right, fellas, if you haven't learned this, learn not to do it, should I say. But talking too much, all right? And what I mean by talking too much, I don't mean being social. I don't mean being elaborative when you speak. Because when I speak and it deserves an explanation, I will give a full, thorough explanation and analysis. But at the same time, when you get to the point of over-explaining, all right, I'll give you an example. Let's say if somebody accuses you of something. Let's say if your girl, you out late one day, but you working, and you get home late, and you don't tell her you working late, and you come home 3 hours late. And you walk in the door and your girl start bugging out. Where the hell you been? Where the hell you been? Some of y'all girls talk like that. But she tripping, right? She crashing out. And instead of you calmly, not over explaining, but maybe this is your girl, maybe you married, and explaining to her where you were and what you were doing. Baby, calm down. I was working, getting the bag. Come here so I can drop this dinosaur dick on you. Instead of you doing that, you go to over-explaining yourself, right? Well, I was working and I was late, and my boss said, gee, she don't even know your boss. She don't care about your schedule. She just really want to know where you been. Really, she just wants safety at the time. But never mind that. Never mind what the female wants. Gee, it's about you, all right? Your energy. Even, let's say she responds well to it. Let's say she takes the over-explaining, she takes your excuse or your response, and she goes with it. You feel less of yourself. You more than likely feel like you drained your battery. Why? Because you said more than what was needed. All right, fellas? Sometimes the best response is no response. Or sometimes even the best response is a vague response, meaning you don't have to give somebody all the details of what happened just for them to get the picture and just for them to get over, to move on, to change the topic or whatever. All right, fellas? A lot of you guys overcompensate with your words. And what does this do? To the person, all right? Life is all about perception. It's not about you. You may have good intentions because you may think they need to know what the hell is going on. But to the person, this lowers your value. Why? Life is all about perception. And to them, they don't feel like you think that your answer was good enough for them. So you had to talk more, which in turn heightens their value in their own mind. Gee, this is how sick the brain works, the human ego, all right? So you gotta understand, you're dealing with people's egos. Now, you don't want to operate your whole life worried about what the fuck people think. It's about you, like I said, G, your energy. All right, fellas, when you talk too much, when you over-explain, when you overcompensate with your words, you show you lack value. All right, fellas, like when you're on dates, when you're on the first date with a woman, you don't have to talk much. What you should be doing is figuring out whether or not that woman deserves to sit in your kingdom. You feel me? To sit next to you or to sit with you or by you, or the fuck she gonna be sitting. All right, you need to be figuring that out. You don't need to be trying to impress her with your words, because you will realize most times the date doesn't go right, and you feel your energy by that 35-50%. Really, fellas, specifically when you do that by the end of the date. All right, fellas, so understand, less words are usually best. Sometimes silence or withdrawal of words will be best for you when it comes to pulling in what you want out of life. Now, my third point, all right, number 3 reason why you're not getting what you want out of life and why your energy is low, your vibration is low, and your frequency is off. Third reason is because a lot of you men hang around low vibrational men or low vibrational women. But in relation to the topic, I'm going to talk about your friends, your boys, all right, brotherhood. Guys, I'm not going to say a lot of you guys, all men, every single man, you need to audit and periodically audit your circle. And if you don't know what audit your circle means, that means you need to pay attention and be mindful and be aware and conscious, G, of the men that you hang around and you involve yourself with and you surround yourself with. Okay, fellas? This is serious. You've heard this in so many ways, all right? Birds of a feather flock together, all right? You are the sum of the 5, the 6, the 7, the 10, the however many people the fuck you around, all right? Anybody who you interact with, that is a energy transfer. All right, fellas. Now, there is a way where you can still dwell amongst human society and these NPCs and not still let people drain your energy. But at the same time, you got to understand your circle, G, you are what you attract. All right. So if you got a bunch of low vibrational, low frequency men around you and all they do is talk about bullshit, chasing women, all they do is talk about getting money, but don't nobody be getting money. All right, fellas, they ain't talking about nothing else. They ain't talking about being happy. They ain't talking about having a family. They ain't talking about having a bunch of fucking kids. They ain't talking about building legacy. They just talking about getting the bag. And they might get the bag, but that's all they get. All right, and you wonder why your frequency low. Fellas, ain't nothing wrong with getting a bag, but if you ain't got no purpose for why you do what you do, fellas, that shit gonna crash and burn. Like I always say, it's gonna fall like Babylon. So there are many ways or many scenarios where you need to audit your circle. Gee, this is probably the most important part of the video, because a lot of you guys, like I said, you only like 5 yards. All right, this is the goal line, and you're right here. Some of you guys are way back here, so you got a lot of shit to go through to actually be there. And what is there? All right, what is the best version of yourself? That's what we're asking. It's not even about that. It's about you getting to a point in your life where you stop letting external shit affect you, or you get to the point in your life where you just start attracting the shit you want, because that's what this video is about. But some of you guys are 5 yards away, and the only thing you need to do them next 5 yards, G, all they consist of is you dropping that dead weight around you, G. I guarantee you, bro, this is the biggest lesson I learned, G. I started seeing blessings rain down from the motherfucking sky when I start dropping haters and people who had bad intentions for me, and motherfuckers who was condescending and patronizing and gaslighting and negative people. G, sometimes people don't even mean bad for you. Sometimes people just negative. All right, fellas, and I guarantee you, negativity, just like positivity, is contagious. Negativity and positivity is just the same thing on 2 different sides of the spectrum. All right, it's the same fucking thing. So it attracts as well. Negative attracts, positive attracts. So if you hang around positive people, guess what's gonna happen? G, you hang around me for a week, I guarantee you coming out that bitch with prosperity. But if you hang around low vibrational people, same effect. All right, same rules apply. So you gotta understand, bro, the people you hang around, G, if you don't hear nothing else, you might as well turn the video off. All right, make sure if you guys need help in any of these areas that I'm discussing today, make sure you click the link in the description and pinned in the comments. That's a link where you can book a call. It's my schedule, G. You can book a call one-on-one with me, and this will be an introductory call so we can figure out what the hell is going on. All right, fellas, so we can raise your vibration. But anyway, G, mind your circle, audit your circle. And like I said, you don't have to be looking over your shoulder all the time, but periodically, especially when you're always hanging around people and you're entering new energies into your life, you gotta audit that shit. All right, fellas, you got to pay attention to that shit. You got to pick and it's not about getting rid of people all the time either. Sometimes it's about minimizing the access that somebody has to you, or minimizing how much you see that person. All right, fellas, some of you guys don't need to get rid of your friends. You just need to stop seeing them every day, or stop texting them every day, or get out the fucking group chat. All right, fellas, I'm just being honest with you guys. So understand, if I go through your group chat of friends and all I see is bullshit, partying, talking about women, chasing this bitch, complaining about this whole degenerate shit, clown world shit, gee, you are what you attract. All right, fellas, I guarantee you. But if I look in your group chat and I see abundance, if I see real shit, if I see prosperity, if I see building, legacy, or signs of legacy, guarantee you are what you attract. All right, fellas. So pay attention to your circle. Pay attention to your friends. It's not just men, but women too. Some of you guys date low vibrational women, and you wonder why your frequency low. And after you get off them dates or you have sex with that woman, you feel weak inside. All right. Gee, I guarantee you, a lot. I mean, look, a lot of you guys, bro. Look, go on a 30-day fast of people on bullshit. All right, and watch how your life change. All right, fellas, just go on a fast of haters, and go on a fast of people who complain, and go on a fast of negative ass people. All right, it ain't just about fasting food, G. You need to detox these fucking people you around, your goddamn friends. All right, Billy, John, Dante, all them motherfuckers. Some of them need to go. Some of them can stay, but they can't come around all the time. All right, fellas, this is real shit. Pay attention. All right, number 4. And this is more personal, less to do with other people, more to do with you. One reason why your frequency is low is because you break your own word. All right, fellas. There is a thing called the man of his word. All right. Now, this is the thing about lying. All right, or telling a lie. We all as human beings can, will, and probably more times than not, if you walk in this planet and you're an adult, more times than not, you've lied a few times in your life. And that's okay. Most of the time you lie out of fear. All right, fellas. Most of the time you lie out of scarcity. Most of the time you lie out of lack. Most of the time you lie because you're not ready yet. All right. And the lie actually gets you out of the cram, or gets you out of the situation, or gets you out of the problem. All right. And that's okay if it was the past. But moving forward, all right, fellas. And look, like I said, this is not about other people, G. Fuck what they think. All right, because usually sometimes when you tell people the truth, they can't handle it. But that has nothing to do with you. The point of you being a man of your word is not just you telling the truth to other people. Yes, you want to be honest with other people. Always, 100%. If your girl catch you cheating, where the fuck you been? I know you was at that bitch house. And you like, how you know? And she like, cuz I saw the messages, a screenshot. The bitch took a picture of your feet while you was over there. Listen, G. Be honest, all right? Be like, you guys got to learn how to tell the truth, all right? Reason why a lot of women don't respect. Now, I'm not telling you to walk around every time you smile at a woman, you go back and tell your girl, hey, babe, by the way, I just want to let you know when I went to the gas station, this chick smiled at me and I smiled at her and it was a good moment. Gee, don't do that. What you do is, if you get caught, G, tell the damn truth. Fess up. You already caught, G. You might as well tell the truth. God saw you too, by the way. But being a man of your word, meaning being honest and telling the truth and keeping your word to yourself, all right, to yourself. So when you say you're going to do something, don't matter if somebody heard it or not, all right, because it's the irony in this. The only time some of you guys keep your word is if it's for somebody else. But when it's for you, you betray yourself. That shit don't even make sense. Gee, I'm going to be honest. I'd rather lie to you than lie to me. I'm going to keep it real with you. If I'm going to lie to somebody, if I had a choice, I'm going to lie to you, not me, G. Fuck that. I'm not going to lie to myself. That fucked my own head up. Now I'm battling myself. Now I'm fighting myself. Now I'm mad at myself when I find out the truth. We not doing that. So, don't lie to people, fellas, but don't lie to yourself. All right? Don't wake up in the morning and tell yourself you're going to go to the gym and you lay there like a bitch. Get up. All right? You lied to yourself. You told yourself you was going to do something and you didn't do it. And what happens when people lie to you? You feel betrayed. You feel hurt. You don't like that motherfucker no more. They can't come over to the crib. All right, fellas? So understand, that's how you feel about you. When somebody lie to you, you lose confidence in them. And if they keep lying to you, you like, gee, I'm done with you. And the only way you going to be able to make me feel better about you and this energy between us is you going to have to what? Do better. Prove what? Through your actions. Not through your mouth no more. Your mouth don't work no more. Hey, I heard that shit already. Gee, your subconscious, your higher self is saying the same thing to you every time you bullshit with yourself. Like, I don't want to hear that. That's why your confidence low. That's why your aura is weak. That's why your energy is dead, dark, and gloomy. When you walk into rooms, no matter how much you spend on your outfit, goddamn sun hitting the shit out of me right now, but that shit feel good. No matter how much you spend on your shoes, no matter what your car look like, G. Alright? Energy speaks louder than your words. Your frequency speaks loud, alright, fellas? It is a feeling that is undeniable and inevitable. And you can't hide it. You can't spray no cologne over it, G. You can't talk over it, G. That shit is loud. And it's funny. The more you talk, the louder it gets. Because all you do is when you, going back to my other point, all you do when you talk is all you do is expose what's already in. That's why it's best to keep your mouth closed sometimes. All right, fellas? All you do is expose what's dwelling inside. All right, fellas? So understand, be a man of your word. That's why they say a man of your word. Keep your damn word to yourself. A lot of you guys always worried about women lying to you. Gee, you lie to your goddamn self every goddamn day. All right, fellas? Next point. All right, guys. And here's my last point. And I'm going to get straight to it. And what I would assume is there are grown men watching this video. Like grown men, adult men watching this video. I checked the analytics. I know how old most of you guys are for the most part. And the fifth reason why your energy is off, and a lot of you guys probably already know what I'm about to say, is you probably been waiting on this too. You probably sitting there like, damn, KD ain't even say this yet. I wonder if he gonna say it. Yeah, I'm gonna say it, G. I see you, boy. All right. I need you guys to stop watching porn. All right, fellas. If you are a grown man and you are still watching porn, G, I need you to click that link in my description, all right, where you can get a one-on-one call with me. And we need to talk as men. All right, fellas, because there's a point as a man. I can give you so many reasons why you shouldn't. Man, I'm not going to give you that today. That's one main reason why you shouldn't, because it lowers your frequency, and that's what we're talking about. And, gee, I can give you so many reasons why you shouldn't. And if you book a call with me, I will definitely give you a million reasons why you shouldn't. That shit going to hurt, and I guarantee you'll never watch porn again. I guarantee you. But listen to me, G. As men, if you are still watching porn as a grown-ass man, G, you got to put it away. All right? Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and for some guys, financially. You will get wrecked if you don't put that shit away. All right, fellas? Gee, I guarantee you, and it's not just about the porn. It's not about the porn. It's about what the porn does to you. All right, fellas? It's about the after effect. It's about how you see the world and how you see yourself. All right? Because if I just focus on the porn and tell you to stop watching porn, you're not going to get the full picture. You're not going to fully understand the significance of it. This is about your soul. This is about your life. This is about your legacy. This is about your life force. All right, fellas? So, guys, I'm going to make this quick because I don't want to dwell on this, fellas. But understand, if you are a man and you're still watching porn, no matter what you do, no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how many videos you watch, there will be a void inside of you that when you walk into rooms, everybody sees it. Nobody will tell you this because they can't really explain what the void is. That's what frequency is. It's unexplainable. It's like, I don't know what I feel about this motherfucker, but I just feel good when I'm next to him. Or, I don't know what it is, but stay the fuck away from me. Alright? There's this big void, just like a big black dark hole you have in your face, G, when you walk into a room. Alright, fellas? So you can put on your little nice little fitted cap. Shit, G, put on your shades. Put on your chain. Put on your J's. But I guarantee you, G, if you still doing that shit behind closed doors, and it's not behind closed doors because somebody's watching, G. Alright? But if you're still doing that shit behind closed doors, I guarantee you, as soon as you step out that house, that void is sitting right there smack dead on your forehead, G. Alright, fellas? So understand. Man, we're not going to get deep into it today, fellas, but put it away, all right? If you need help with this, seriously, fellas, book a call, all right, guys? But understand, point of today, your energy speaks louder than everything, all right? It speaks louder than your words, your clothes, your body, your car, everything, all right, fellas? So understand, as within, so without, as a man thinketh, so is he. I appreciate you guys for tuning in today. Share this video with a homeboy, with a loved one, with a friend, a family member, or somebody at your church that this will help out. It's your boy KD. We out here, baby.